In Washington, ghost-like objects dart across the radar screen at the CAA Traffic Control Center at National Airport for several hours, traveling more than 100 miles an hour. Air Force jet fighters spend several hours chasing the objects plotted on the radar scope.
Something else is out there.
There's something else out there, okay.
Of all the banks and braes of bonny Scotland, none holds more fascination than the murky waters of Loch Ness.
Tell me, do you think there is life on other planets?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but I suppose there would be.
No, he seems definite. You seem
Definitely.
definite about it. How do you see this life and where?
Oh, I've seen a flying saucer.
Blackwater Media presents Darkfall. Real-life encounters with the paranormal and the unexplained. I live in northern Minnesota with my older cousin on the Red Lake Native American Reservation. Every day we would go on walks along different trails through the woods that we would come across. Each day we would go a little further than the last, just talking or practicing our singing voices. But after what happened, we don't go deep into the woods anymore. There was this one particular trail I liked taking because it led to this very old building made of stones. We would go inside to check out what looked like, in my opinion, an old torture chamber or jail of some kind. As we left the stone building, the sun was starting to go down. We got halfway through the trail back home. Keep in mind, the trail is at least 2.5 miles long, and my cousin got the brilliant idea of camping out at the building. I, of course, replied without hesitation, "Oh, hell no. But you can do whatever you want." Then he said, "Fine. All right, stay here like a little bitch." When we got to the house, he grabbed his camping supplies and walked into the woods without saying a word. After a few hours passed, at about 2:30 a.m., I became scared of being alone in the house. When I would go to the bathroom, I would walk slowly against the wall down the hall, looking back every 5 seconds, and then quickly went in and shut the door. So I had no idea what was going on in my head, but I ended up going down the trail at 3 in the damn morning, walking as fast as I could with my flashlight in my hand. I couldn't keep it steady. And then I got, I'd say about 3/4 down the trail, still walking fast and not looking back for anything. And then I heard some sticks crack on my left. I was shocked and couldn't move. I turned off my flashlight because I thought it was a bear and kept as quiet as I could. And I thought to myself, oh shit. Then I heard this odd flute music in the distance. That's right, a flute. And I thought to myself, what the fuck was going on out here? I was terrified, but there was this feeling I got that made me go toward it. I got closer and closer as the music got louder, but I think I blacked out from shock. Now here it gets even more crazy. I woke up on the ground right next to a small, shadowy man sitting on a stump facing away from me playing his flute. I was so goddamn scared that I couldn't move, and at the same time, controlled by the beautiful harmony its flute of some sort was creating. I thought in my head, all right, 3, 2, 1, and I got up slowly, trying not to make any sudden noises. As it hopped quickly on its feet and turned at me, I saw it. It looked as if it were made from the wood of a fallen tree branch and had black beady eyes that looked almost see-through or transparent. It's hard to explain. It said something, but I couldn't understand what it was. It really sounded like it was talking backwards as it walked closer and closer. I took off and ran as fast as I could down the trail. I started seeing a fire, so I ran even faster toward it and got to my cousin, who of course did not believe me. So we sat at the fire for a while until we eventually went inside the building. I fell asleep in a heartbeat due to all the running I did until my cousin woke me up with a look of fear in his face that I've never seen before. He told me to stay quiet and we looked out a barred window of the building at a tree that was 6 feet away, and there were 5 of these same little people I'd seen earlier. Then he said, "Watch this." They were doing this all night as they danced around the tree with the same flute music. He threw a rock at a nearby tree and they all ran into a hole on the side of the tree. We looked at the hole afterwards and saw nothing but a dead end 5 inches into the tree. Later on, I asked an older woman who lived in the area about this, and she told me I should have appreciated the music. And now I hear the same flute music starting at 3 a.m. in the morning, every day, whether I'm asleep or not.